call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system.
Hey girl, just checking in. Are you still in bed? Get up, we have work to do. Don't forget, the workers are few, but the harvest is plenty.
We're going to be talking about a very interesting topic, which I'm sure you're very happy about. But yeah, I think a lot of the times people, or there are many conversations around like marriage, relationships and stuff like that. I don't know if it's just rampant nowadays or it's because we are this age.
I think it's the age.
Maybe. But we're going to talk today about dating and if God cares about the people we date, how we date, and all of that. So yeah, good questions that we are going to be talking about. Great.
Can't wait.
Wait. Fair enough. Cool. Yeah. My very first question is like the question that we are talking about today. So just answer it generically, like however you think you can answer it. Do you think God cares about dating in general?
I think he does.
Why do you say so?
Because dating, right? I strongly believe is it a passage of life? It's something that everybody does, or most people do. You get to the age where you date, you meet someone, the two become one. That's God's plan for life. Man and woman reproduce, fill the earth. So I feel like God's plan for mankind from the beginning included dating.
Yeah.
So if it's something that he intended for us to do, why wouldn't he care about it? So I believe that who you decide to date, when you decide to date, how you decide to date are very important to God.
Yeah. Nice. I think there are also a lot of words thrown around like dating and relationships, right? And when people talk about dating, they describe it a certain way. Um, how would you
Me.
yeah, how would you describe like dating, what it is, and all of that?
So for me, I know there are different explanations you said, but for
Yeah.
me, dating is courting someone that you find attractive and find, or somebody you believe like shares the same values as you, somebody who you believe fits into your plan for your life, getting to know the person, doing things you love to do with the person, with the purpose of marriage.
That was very strong. But yeah, thank you for
Yeah,
saying
because
that.
some people casually date. Yeah.
I've also heard a lot of people talk about the fact that you can. So I remember somebody when I was maybe like a teenager, somebody told me that dating is basically like talking to different people and getting to know
Yeah,
them.
that's how they see it,
That's how a
especially
lot
in
of
the UK.
people,
Yeah.
a lot of people say like dating people, and then when you have found the person, then you get into like an actual relationship with the person. For someone like me who has never actually like been like in a relationship with somebody, I feel like I would agree with your point of view much more than what other people talk about. Like I think it's important to get to know the people, but then like you should have an end goal in mind and have like a purpose for which you are in the relationship with those people.
I agree.
Yeah, my next question for you would be do you think we should be praying about our relationships and the people that we date as much as we pray about other things in our lives? So I think people pray a lot about their jobs, people pray a lot about school and stuff like that. Do you think we should be praying about that as well?
Yeah, I think so, because I feel like I feel like the person you decide to date like plays a huge role in your life. Like he or she has a huge impact on your life.
Yeah.
like who you become in future, who you are now. So if you're not praying about this person, what if this person has some sorry has some demonic spirits,
Yeah.
or maybe the person is just not who God has purpose for you to be with. So if you do pray about it, you're kind of committing it into God's hands, like God. The same way, if you are going to write an exam, you commit it to God's hands. You want a job, you do the same. So if you meet someone and you really like the person, why not take it to God and ask God, like, yeah, like, let your will be done. Why is it that one you want to do just vibes? You want to do it on your own? Like, yeah, God has to be in the equation.
Yeah, cool. You mentioned something about people casually dating, and yeah, do you think it's okay for people to casually date, even when they don't see it as, or they're not doing anything, so they're just casually dating, like getting to know people?
So, like, I see that as a talking stage.
Okay.
And even with that one, I feel like you should talk to somebody with intention to date the person.
Okay.
Because if you are casually talking to someone for nothing, why are you wasting your time? Like, I don't see the point, to be honest. And if you're also casually talking to just like mess around and not like date the person, or like be in a relationship with the person, what's the point?
Yeah.
I understand it's fun, but like, for how long? Like, does it really, do you really need to be doing that? I don't think so.
And I think it toys a lot with people's emotions.
Yeah,
as well.
like,
So, like,
in the long run, it's not worth it.
yeah, like you're toying with their emotion
And yours.
and then it's also like very not healthy, I would say.
Yeah.
Like in a very generic sense, like it's not healthy at all. Just based off on what you said about people finding that fun. Apart from that, why else do you think people casually date other people?
Boredom. People are bored. People, just because of this whole social media, like, yeah, everybody's in a relationship, so they also want to be in a relationship, or they also want to like have someone. Some people too. Yeah, I think most of them is boredom.
Yeah.
They just want to fit in. Yeah.
Or
What
if
do you
they're
think?
like in a friend group and then
Everyone,
people,
they feel left out. Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, but I have a lot of friends. Like, I have a lot of friends that always like, hey, God, when, like, when I post, like, say me and my man, God, when, like, God, they want to be in the relationship so bad, but take your time.
Yeah, take your time.
Your turn will come, bro.
Why are you talking to me?
But yeah, you get what I mean.
Yeah, cool. Let's talk about other things that are related to dating. So you talked about the fact that it's important to get to know the person, and then you also have to date the person with intention. But for you to be able to be with someone, you should have some sort of emotional attachment to them. At Okay, at which point do you know that, oh, I really love this person and want to be in a long-term relationship with them, other than the fact that, oh, like, I just like them and it just like lust, like you're lasting after them.
So
But it's not really
how do you, after you've gotten to know someone, how do you
Yeah.
tell if it's lust or it's love?
just
I feel if you love someone, I feel if you love someone, you see a future with the person. Like, you are thinking long term. Like, this, you feel comfortable with the person to the point where you're thinking of a now and then the after. But last is more of a like in the moment thing. I'm just like tunnel vision on the now. Like, I'm not thinking about the future with the person. I don't see a future with the person. It's just like fine shit, and then that's it. But like, nah. So I think that's how I see the difference. Yeah,
that's a very good perspective. Yeah, that's a really good perspective. Cool. Um, how do you know when the person that you you intend to date, or you intend to be in a relationship with, is the person that God wants for you? And this also goes into like long term, like what you're talking about in relation to marriage. How do you know that this person is who God wants for me? And I think also talking about marriage, like you're choosing this person for your family. You're choosing this person to build a family with. So for your children. So how do you know that this person is the person that God intends for me to be with?
Okay, so first and foremost, you have to pray about the person.
Yeah.
And you're praying, you're asking God questions. You need to also like have a listening ear. Your spirit should like be open to listening to his answers that you have for you.
Yeah.
And for me personally, like if I meet someone and I really like the person, there are things that I'm looking out for in addition to my prayers.
Yeah.
So if it's like, let me use red flags and green flags as an example. It's like I make sure that my red flags are in line with God's will, like what God has, like what expects from us. Let me see it like that. So if the person has a lot of green flags, then like, it's kind of like God telling me like, yeah, like go ahead. But if if the person's red flags are shining, then it's kind of like my answer from God, if that makes sense. So it's like, for example, like I'm looking for someone who is like kind to me, because you be kind to my children, be kind to my family, my mom and whatnot, and I see that this person is kind, yeah, green flag. If this person like loves God as much as I love God, like yeah, green flag, like stuff like that. But if the person's red flags are like way up here and I know that nah, like that's kind of like God telling me that no, like this one is not for you.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. And I think what you said about the fact that like you're praying to God and asking him questions about who this person is. I think sometimes we might be very clouded in our own emotions that when he even speaks, we're like,
Yeah,
okay.
no. It's like it's true. Sometimes the red flags are
Yeah.
like so glaring.
But you're like, oh, I can work with
Like
this,
imagine.
right? And God is telling you, no. It's
And I think some
no.
people just, I don't know how people envision God. They want him to come down, hold a key, and say no before they'll stop. When I say the red flags, like it's there, like he's literally talking to you. Why are you not listening?
Yeah, and I think it's very good. Like it's important that when you ask, like be open to
Listening
and doing what he's asking you to do, and not just basing it off on your emotions, because I think
emotions are fickle,
very very fickle. Like your emotions can lie to you.
Honestly,
they can really really lie to you. So just be open to hearing what God is saying about the person, and then obeying what he's telling you to.
True that.
Yeah. This might be one of my few questions, and then we can just wrap up. Yeah, I think the Bible talks about being equally yoked with someone. First of all, how do you understand being that? And then secondly, first of all, how do you understand that? Like being equally yoked with someone?
So I believe there are two sides to being equally yoked. You are equally yoked with someone who shares the same beliefs as you, worships the same God, like same religion. That's one aspect. And you can be equally yoked to with someone who is in the same religion and is kind of in tune with you when it comes to like intimacy with God. Like you're on the same level of intimacy with God. It's not like you are here and then the person is here, and it's not also like there's a measuring tape or there's a scale to tell where one person is and where the other person is, but you can tell. It's not like you can tell. It's like if, for example, you are with someone, right, and then you are always going to church and the person isn't going to church, in my opinion, you're kind of unequally yoked, because it's like you're putting more effort into strengthening your relationship with God than the person is. And you could also be in a relationship with somebody who's a Muslim and you're a Christian. You're unequally yoked. And like I've been there before, and my friends used to like try and like tell me, but I'll be like, no, we all serve God, but in a different way. So we are not we are not unequally yoked, but then like like later on I realized that now we are actually unequally yoked.
That's an example of your
it doesn't
emotions lying
exactly. Like in no universe does that make sense. Like if I want to like focus on my emotions and go by them, I would still like be in that bar. I've had to focus on the fact that like there's things that are much more important than my emotions, which is like God's will for my life, what God has instructed me to do. And if I'm not supposed to be unequally yoked with you, why am I with you? If that makes sense.
Yeah. And I think the significance of that also is, I think when they talk about the yoke in the Bible, it's more like them pulling something, like, I don't know, it's a farming thing. Can't really explain it. But it's more like two people working together on one thing. So it's important that you are in alignment with each other and you are working on the same things and you're encouraging each other in the same things.
Yeah.
So if one person is struggling with their Bible reading, one person is struggling with their prayer life, the other person is able to support them
each other,
in those areas. So yeah, it's important that you see things in similar perspective, even when you do not have maybe the exact same thoughts on things that are not as primary, but like on the primary things, you should agree on those things. Yeah, cool. So, just based off on the fact that we've described what's equally yoked and unequally yoked is, can you move from, let's say, you start a relationship with someone, which is an unequally yoked relationship. Can you move from that to an equally yoked relationship?
This is up for debate because some people will say that if, for example, I'm dating a Muslim and he converts to Christianity, in that sense, we were unequally yoked and now we are equally yoked.
Yeah.
As long as he did it for the right reasons, not because he loves me and he wants to be with me, and I said I'm going because you're not unequally yoked. As long as he did it for the right reasons, because of his own faith, then yes, we can move from unequally yoked to being equally yoked. And also, like, if like I'm in a relationship with someone and we are not agreeing on the primary things, and then we begin to agree on the primary things, then yeah, we have moved from being unequally yoked to being equally yoked. What do you think?
I think it might be hard because it takes a lot to change somebody's perspective about something. So, and there are also a lot of things that play into people's perspectives, right? So you have to get it from the very roots. So it might be hard, but it's not impossible.
Yeah.
But it's hard.
But it takes a lot of effort, not only from you trying to help the person, but the person as well, like doing more of the work than you.
Yeah. I was going to say something, but let me just ask you. I was going to say that would you rather avoid such a situation or be in such a situation and work on it?
I'd rather avoid it.
Okay.
Because it's hard. I'd rather avoid it, to be honest.
Yeah, cool. Right. Nice. Let's talk about red flags, green flags as we close.
In a hurry, pal.
No, but
oh yeah, go on.
Yeah, let's talk about red flags, green flags. So, what do you think? Just mention as many as you can. What do you think are like some very common red flags that people ignore? And what do you think are some very common green flags that people don't really pay attention to, but they should?
Red flags people ignore. I'm going to use men and women. Let me just use men and women. So, red flags in both genders.
Or you could mention for either.
In both genders. Lies. It's true, because a liar, you should be afraid. You should be afraid. It's true. Lies are thieves.
Yeah.
Like, people that are not disciplined, because discipline is something that is like every aspect of your life. You should be disciplined because discipline can make you or break you. So I think discipline. And red flags. Stubbornness, especially when it comes to very important things. People that it's difficult to change their minds on things. It's true. Like some people laughing because I'm a stubborn sometimes. No. Like it's like let's say for example, like you're talking about things that have to do with God.
Yeah.
And then like they're being very stubborn about it, like about this particular thing. When it's like it's clear that this is yellow, but they don't want to see that it's yellow. Like they have a different perspective in their minds. It's not like it's wrong to have a different perspective, but then like they're like being very stubborn about it when they shouldn't be, because it's so difficult to work with people like that. I don't think I can mention more red flags. Okay. I think I'm done with that. So you're gonna mention the rest. Green flags that people don't pay attention to but should. Forgiveness. Because in this day and age, it's difficult to forgive.
Yeah.
So someone that, or people that tend to put their pride aside and forgive are very rare. I feel like they are green flags that people should pay attention to.
Yeah.
Mention the rest.
I think green flag in my perspective would be, I think for a lot of people, like even like people in our generation, it's very hard to keep up with all the things that's going on. So a green flag would be someone who is able to keep you grounded. Yeah, like very different ways. So like if you have things that you're working on yourself and you want to achieve those things, the person is able to like push you to do those things. I think that's important. Another thing would be, what else? Another thing would be, not to spiritualize it, but like another thing would be someone who is able to support you in your walk with God, right? Like when you're struggling, yeah, like the person is able to keep you up. It's the same way as well, like keeping you grounded and helping you in times when you're not very sure how things are. Red flag. Haven't been out there enough to be able to know some, but I would say can't think of any. No, also yes, I can actually think of one. I think in the same vein as like a green flag being someone who is able to like support you. I think red flag is someone who puts you down like consistently, but then takes it as a joke. Right? Like, oh, I'm just joking.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Hey, this one's very. Yeah. You have experience. You said no.
No, but like that is one thing I can say. Yeah. Even if it's a joke, I feel like you should be careful what you say to other people. Yeah, because it might read meaning into it.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah. I don't think I can think of anything else.
Yeah.
But I do agree with your points. Because if I'm down, you shouldn't put me down when I'm already down. You also shouldn't make jokes about certain things that will pull me down. It's a joke. Just kidding. But
yeah. Cool. Do you have any final thoughts? Anything to add that I haven't asked you?
I just feel like we should be intentional about dating as much as we're intentional about other things in our lives, because it's as important.
Yeah.
The wrong person could really mess you up, and the right person could take you from grass to grace.
Yeah.
So
cool. And for those of you who are single like me, it's also important that you're also like very intentional about the people that you intend to be with in the future. Like whoever you're talking to, it's important that, like we've talked about, like you're aligned with them and all of that. And don't feel pressured by what other people are saying and what other people maybe in your circle are doing. Like Jasmine said, the time will come.
You're running your own race, okay?
Yeah, exactly. Like you're not in competition with anybody. Yeah. And you're running your own race. Yeah, that's it really. But in all things, include God.
True.
Number one.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
Bye.